Yo, welcome back to Camp Fitness Professional, everybody. It's day 5, and we have just passed the 120-hour mark of the dry fast. No food, no water exposure at all, and I am feeling 2 thumbs up. So, just a little rundown on today. Um, I definitely struggled the most mentally today out of all the days. Uh, so my morning routine was pretty much the same thing. I incorporated 10 minutes of joint mobility work just like I did yesterday. And I also actually added this morning before my Kriya yoga and meditation, I added about 10 to 15 minutes of soft tissue work. I took this massage ball, like a really soft, malleable massage ball, and I laid on my belly and rolled around on my stomach and my organs with it. I was just trying to alleviate some of the tension and like stomach ache feeling that I was getting, the stomach knots feeling that I got yesterday. And I got them today again a little bit too, just kind of like what I would assume as hunger pains. Like I don't know if I really know what they were, but kind of a tightness right in the middle of my stomach, my belly, I should say, like right under my rib cage and above my belly button. Just a little tightness, a little strain there. So I rolled on that for a little bit this morning. Then I did my like 30, 40-ish, something like that, minutes of breathing exercises, some Kriya yoga. And then I did like 30, 40 minutes of meditation. Nothing crazy, nothing new really. Like it was all the same stuff. And then I went about my workday. I had a really productive, awesome day again. Got a bunch of stuff done this morning. Signed up a couple more people for the bodyweight group health and fitness program I'm doing. So that was cool. Then I went on a walk midday, 45, 50 minute, actually 50-minute walk. Listened to an audiobook, and the most sluggish today, for sure. I was the most sluggish. Still fine. Like honestly, I just focused on detaching my mind from from like the physicality of it, and it was totally cool. Like didn't bother me at all, and yeah. So went about my walk, and the sun poked out a little bit too. It's been kind of a little overcast the last couple days, but the sun came out today for sure. It went out. It came out yesterday on my walk a little bit too, but it came out today for sure. That was nice. The body heated up a little bit. It was like moist, humid in the air. My body heated up, but I didn't sweat at all. Big surprise, right? And yeah, so I went for the walk and came back home, and I was definitely a little fatigued when I got home. I noticed. Spent 5 minutes in a bottom squat. Usually, I always do that after a walk. Just a good way to go through full range of motion, the ankles, knees, and the hips. Spend time in that motor pattern. It's good for so many things, especially to, um, follow up a walk where I've been in that upright extension position for so long. So after the 5 minutes of squatting, I stood up and I got pretty lightheaded. Um, Yesterday and today I've noticed I'm a little more lightheaded, which doesn't bother me at all. I'm used to that. Like if you've ever experienced a calorie deficit, especially if you're restricting carbohydrates, you don't have glucose going to the brain as readily, so you can get lightheaded more easily. And I noticed that yesterday a little bit. Today definitely. I was again like if I was laying down or sitting down and I would stand up, I would get lightheaded. I just had to make sure I wouldn't like hold my breath or anything and like kind of brace myself for a second, and then I was okay. Didn't bother me at all. Very little bit of stomach strain on the walk, but nothing crazy. But I came home and I definitely was feeling it. Like I was like, okay, I think this is it, guys. I think day 5 is where I'm calling it. And so I laid the yoga mat in the yard, and the sun was still out a little bit, so I laid down for 30 minutes, just did some deep belly breathing, followed a guided meditation, and kind of like refocused, and I went back to work. I had a bunch more stuff to do, so I got some more stuff done, but I definitely wasn't like on it, like sharp, focused, energized, productive. I was definitely a little bit more like work for 20 minutes, go stand up and go outside for a second, come back, work for 30, 45 minutes, go, walk around the house a little bit. I needed a little bit more stimulation today. And in fact, like mid to late afternoon, I actually went outside and did like 10 minutes of sun salutations. The sun was out and the sun was just kind of calling me today. But I just went outside and did like 10 minutes of forward fold, plank, chaturanga. If anybody's familiar with the sun salutation, it's just like a super simple, common yoga sequence. And just like 10 minutes of doing that. That helped for sure. Got the heart rate going back up again. And I was like, okay, I'm good. When I poured a glass of water, guys. I was like, okay, I think this is it. I think this is it. Like, I'm really thinking about water. I'm feeling fatigued. I was getting that little like, okay, like I want water now. Like when you get like not anxious, but like just give me the water. So I poured a glass of water. I put just a tiny little pinch of pink salt in there, like minuscule. Like we're talking like 10 grains of salt. You have to be very careful when you're coming off of a dry fast, how much salt you take in and how much water you take in right away, because your body is so sensitive. It will suck it in really strongly, and you can hold the water and bloat, and that can give you a stomach ache. And so I'll talk more in a future video as I go through the breaking the fast protocols. I'm going to go into that more and tell you guys how I plan to break my fast and what I plan to do for the next few days. But essentially, I got through the rest of the evening. I diverted my attention with work. I got to like from like 5 to probably 6:30. I think I started to turn the corner at like 6:30, 7 o'clock for sure. But like 3 to 6, let's call it 3 to 6. I was like, okay, I'm looking forward to this water. I actually put it outside to let the water charge from the sun a little bit. I can go off on that in another post, but I even put the mason jar, filled it up like I'm gonna drink this tonight. I'm breaking it tonight, guys. And I put it outside so it was out of sight, out of mind. But then by 6 o'clock, I started to feel better again. I noticed yesterday too on day 4, like especially in the later evening around this time, like I was like pretty juiced, and I've been pretty good energy wise for the last like half hour. Like I feel totally fine now. It's like 9:30 p.m. now. I just passed the 24-hour mark, which was like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I can't exactly remember when I stopped eating on Friday. But I'm feeling good now. Like yesterday I was juiced until like 11 p.m. One key note too, the last 2 nights I've noticed I've been going to bed at like 10 or 11 and waking up at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, like totally wired, juiced, wide awake, ready to go, like I was fully rested. And the only thing I could think of is my body's like on a heightened state of alarm, kind of like giving me some like wolf sense kind of like ability to try to like go hunt food, get food so I can live. But it's either that or just because I'm not spending all the energy digesting and metabolizing all the extra food and assimilating it, maybe my body's like doesn't need to spend all that energy, so I can get to sleep faster, get into my deep sleep, get what I need, and get out of it and be good to go. Because the last 2 nights I sleep 9 hours. Like I like to get a good night's sleep. I usually go to bed at like 9 to 10 and wake up at like 6, 7 o'clock. So yeah, definitely didn't get nearly as much sleep the last 2 days, but wasn't like physically sleepy tired at all. Just definitely low on food and water kind of feeling today. Ironically, right? So let's see what else. The thermoregulation was actually just as good today as it was yesterday, better than the days before. And I attribute it to the walk and the joint mobilization in the morning, like really like getting the body moving, getting that little bit of extra physical activity, getting the blood flowing, raising the core temperature. I think that really helped to regulate my temperature throughout the rest of the day. And then going for the walk in the middle of the day too, pumping the circulation and getting the body to utilize the stored fat, burn that, and turn that into hydrogen ions essentially, and then mix the oxygen that I'm breathing with the hydrogen ions to form my own internal source of H2O, which brings me on the next point, my pee. I peed another 26-ish ounces of water today, which has been like pretty spot on, 24 to 32 ounces every day, which is common. You'll pee about that much every day. because your body is utilizing the hydrogen ions from your saturated fat stores and mixing it with the oxygen in the atmosphere to create H2O, water, in your system. So that way your body has this natural built-in loop to make sure that you don't die of dehydration. At least it's preventing it as much as possible. And that's just an adaptive feedback system that we've built in, I'm guessing, over years of evolution based on the fact that we had to survive in times of drought and famine. So that's pretty cool that my body's hydrating itself. And the cool thing is this is like the most pure form of water ever, right? It's just oxygen molecules and then my own hydrogen molecules. So it's like a really internally specific, chemically specific form of water that your body made for your body. So it's, I would akin it to like human breast milk for the baby. It's like very specific for that human organism to survive at their best, because when you're not eating or drinking, it's pretty imperative, right? So yeah, PE was good. The walk was good. Definitely a little more tired. Took the time outside to chill, relax, meditate. That helped. The sun salutations helped a lot. Just getting some energy, getting some juice flowing through the system, and then staying distracted with work. Got a lot of stuff done. Now it's the end of the night. Feeling good. I was thinking about breaking it this evening, but I was like, I really want to hit 120 hours, that full 5 day mark, just for like the kind of like pride of doing it that far, pushing myself a little bit past the point of being comfortable, because when you get comfortable being uncomfortable, you're allowing your body to adapt and grow and become stronger and more efficient at functioning. And that's exactly what the point of this fast was, is I wanted to improve my body's ability to function at a high level and see what I'm capable of, see what my mind is capable of. So instead of breaking the fast tonight with water, I'm going to wait. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to wake up in the morning, and then I'm going to go through. Usually in the morning, I'm not like dying of thirst. Usually feel pretty good, like right in the morning, especially after my Kriya yoga. All that oxygen and like a little bit of physical activity helps to create some internal water in my system. So I plan to wake up, go through the same routine like I did yesterday. Wake up, do a little movement and foam rolling or soft tissue work, if you will. Then do my Kriya yoga, meditate, joint mobilize, and then most likely then I'll break my fast. It's probably going to be around 7:30, 8:30 at that point in time. And I'm actually going Facebook Live tomorrow to do a webinar on the 3 most recommended kitchen equipment, cutlery purchases for optimizing your nutrition. Secret spoiler alert, since you guys are going to watch this video later, it's a wok, a blender, and a crock pot or an Instapot. You can make mad amounts of delicious, nutritious smoothies in 2 minutes for your breakfast meal, post-workout meal. Then you can make crock pots the night before. Instapots are even better because it's so fast. And then you've got 5 days of lunch ready to go in your takeaways to take with you to work. And then you can come home and cook a big meat veggie or egg veggie or just veggie, depending on what your background is, stir fry that will make food for like 4 people / have leftovers. And you just throw everything in the same wok and you're good to go. So those are my recommendations for improving your kitchen cooking game, which I am a beast in the kitchen. Sorry, I'm having to adjust my phone. And so I'm going to do that webinar at 9, and 9 would actually be the official 12-hour mark. Gosh, sorry guys. 12-hour mark, so that would put me at 132 hours, which would be 5.5 days on the button. And it would be kind of funny to break my fast by drinking water during my Facebook Live, so all the peeps can get to see my emotional expression when I drink the water, and I'm like, oh. So if I feel good, I will probably just wait until then, just for the shits and giggles of making it funny like that. But because usually I'm not hurting until like mid-afternoon, early afternoon, mid-afternoon. So we'll see how I feel in the morning, but I'm also like ridiculously excited to take a shower. I haven't showered since Friday, and so a hot shower sounds so good. We have a really hot shower, so that's going to be nice. But yeah, I'm going to incorporate water all day tomorrow, just water, And then I'm really going to play it by ear like this whole thing has been. But my ideal goal with this whole fast was to go 7 days of water fasting. I had no intention of doing this dry fast this long. Intuition and inspiration just motivated me to go this far as it is. But I still plan on going 7 days without any food at all. So that means water for tomorrow all day and water for the next day all day. And then I will judge it on the next day. I'll put in most likely just juice, smoothie juice, probably leafy greens, and some fruit. Probably just like oranges and lemons. That day, actually, day 8 is going to be the farmer's market day. So I'm probably going to go to the farmer's market and grab some like citrus fruit or something. Something that I can throw into a juicer, throw into a processor and just drink like raw juice. Because the only fruit we have right now, I think, is just bananas. So it's a little heavy. I'm going to wait on the fruit until day 8. I might just do juice and kombucha. We'll see. By the end of the day, if I'm feeling good, then I might incorporate some fruit. I might throw in some fruit and veggies, just like raw fruit, raw veggies, if I feel good. We'll see. And then the following day is where I'll reincorporate. I'm going to probably go with an egg salad that day. See how I feel. Maybe some fish, maybe throw in some sardines. That'll be day 9. We'll see how I feel there. But day 6, all water. Day 7, all water. Day 8, all juice. And then maybe some veggies at the end. We'll see. And then day 9 will be pretty much back to normal as far as I see it. So day 5 in the books, guys. 120 hours, dry fasting. The body, the mind, the spirit, human organism. What a fascinating system. So I'm hoping that these videos are giving you some sort of interesting information and kind of a perspective of how a dry fast works. So much love, everybody. Take care.